Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Coming up here soon, obviously, we're going to see the launch of Season 2, and with that, we now actually have some new free content reveals that are going to take place during that seasonal update. We also have even more leaks for new content to break down as well. Some particularly interesting ones because really a lot of what we talked about so far already in terms of the Season 2 leaks, the main leaks for the seasonal update, are either the shared content between Warzone and MW2, like some of the operators, some of the weapons and stuff like that, or it is Warzone 2 specific stuff with things like the Resurgence map. There really hasn't been much for Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, which is a bit concerning, but we do have an interesting conversation there as well. Let's start first though with the new free rewards. This is actually all a part of the CDL Major 2 event, basically, that's happening later on at the start of February, which of course is just after the launch of Season 2 on February 1st. So actually starting on the 13th and going through the end of Major 2 on February 5th is the ability to earn a bunch of different double XP tokens and double weapon XP tokens, which are obviously huge, especially for the launch of a new season. Pop those double weapon XP tokens. You can get your new weapons via the Season 2 Battle Pass leveled up super quickly. But this obviously is all just viewership rewards for watching the CDL stuff. So if you go through, it's all on Twitch, on twitch.tv/Call of Duty, I believe, or on the Call of Duty League website, you can do it there too. But if you link your Twitch account and your COD account, then you're good to go. All you got to do is watch and you end up earning all these rewards. So basically at every 2-hour increments, so 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, and 14 hours from the 13th to the 5th, every 2-hour increment, you'll earn a new 30-minute double XP token and a 30-minute double weapon XP token. So that's sort of like the background rewards. Then once we have the actual event at the start of Season 2 from the 2nd to the 5th, that's when the more major rewards are going to be earnable, if you will. So every day has its own individual rewards. Basically, on Thursday, February 2nd, so this is still a bit out, you can plan accordingly, right? But on the 2nd, for watching for 1 hour, you get a 60-minute double weapon XP token and double XP token. Then for watching for an hour and a half, you get the Groundhog Shadow emblem as well. Then on Friday the 3rd, for watching for an hour, you get 60 minutes of double XP and double weapon XP. For an hour and 30 minutes, you end up getting the I Don't Miss My Ones calling card. And then for 2 hours, you get the full sailed emblem as well. And then for watching on Saturday, for 1 hour, you get another 60-minute double XP and double weapon XP token. For an hour and a half, you get the GG weapon sticker. Then at 2 hours, you get the baited calling card. Then on Championship Sunday, February 5th, for watching for an hour, you get a 60-minute double XP token. You also get the Iced Out Signal 50 blueprint, which I won't lie, I think looks absolutely phenomenal. It's got a snowman on it. It's got like the blue and purple and pink camo scheme on there. Think it looks really clean. You get that again for watching for an hour. For an hour and a half, you get 60 minutes of double weapon XP. Then for watching for 2 hours, you get the Be Mine emblem as well. So a handful of, again, free rewards. So long as you have your accounts linked on Twitch and Call of Duty, you can earn those once Major 2 and Season 2 kick off at the start of February. So definitely keep that in mind. Now, we also got a bunch of MW2 multiplayer leaks to go over as well. Some new, some old that you might have heard a little bit ago that are now a little bit more, relevant because we are headed into Season 2 here. As we get into this conversation, just a reminder, if you are new here every single day, I got you covered with all things going on in COD, whether it's news, updates, class setups, tips, you're going to find it right here. So feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications, join us ultimately on the road to 1 million. Also, if you guys enjoy this video, let me know by dropping a like on it as well, would be really appreciated. Let's try and aim for 2,000 likes on this one. Now, you might recall that just a few days ago, actually, we talked about some new leaks that surfaced with the launch of Season 1 Reloaded pertaining to a couple of new game modes. One of them was Cranked for Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. Obviously, that's still there, that's still leaked, and hopefully we see that come to fruition here in Season 2. The other one was Plunder. There were a couple of different icons for what a lot of players assumed was Plunder. Well, since then, there's been some more conversation about these mode leaks because the modes actually leaked via their in-game icons. And something that a lot of people caught on to recently is the fact that the Plunder icons actually have all the same kind of style of artwork and the same color scheme as the multiplayer leaks, like for Cranked, seemingly indicating that this could be Plunder, but it also could end up being meant for Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer and not so much Warzone 2. In fact, the alternative to Plunder that this leak could potentially indicate is that we are maybe getting some kind of mode similar to Heist from Black Ops 4. Now, Black Ops 4 obviously not the world's most popular Call of Duty, so if you're unfamiliar with that mode, it was basically like CSGO meets Call of Duty. You could buy your own stuff for this mode, and it was like S&D. So you could go through and buy a pistol if you wanted to upgrade to a rifle or an SMG. You could buy your equipment. It had its own sort of mini economy each round, which was pretty interesting, kind of an underappreciated mode in my opinion, but that's also what this could be, since obviously it's all cash based. The plunder icon would be very similar to that as well. So it's kind of a toss-up right now. Is this actually meant to be plunder, or is this meant to be a different mode for multiplayer, maybe similar to Black Ops 4's Heist? Kind of an interesting development there. We also have some other news on maps, some other leaks on maps that are kind of interesting here, especially when it comes to Gunfight. Obviously, Gunfight's been confirmed for months and months now as coming as a post-launch content edition for MW2. We've heard nothing since well before launch on it, unfortunately, but a handful of maps leaked a bit ago, just prior to season 1 actually. And at the time I looked at them and I was like, you know, we don't really have anything to talk about with these maps outside of this. Not super important information, especially because the roadmap was launching like a day later, so I wasn't too concerned with covering them at the time. Now, though, things are particularly interesting because of what's coming up here in season 2. Obviously, Gunfight's been a hot topic there for a potential release, alongside just in general, we're going to get some new 6v6 maps as well. So this was a data mine from the Ghost of Saba again a few weeks ago, and in this list of new maps included were Shipment and Shoot House, which obviously have already come to fruition, so that sort of adds some credibility to this leak. We also have a few other maps as well with some interesting names. Oil Field, which of course is a location on the Warzone and Al Mazrah map right now. Sunken, which I feel like could almost be used as a code name for the one city that's in the south. I think it's Sawa Village, that's kind of partially underwater. We also have Observe, aka maybe Observatory, and then Regional, which I feel like could be used in terms of like an airport, so terminal there as well. So those are 4 locations that potentially could be turned into multiplayer maps here for MW2. But then there's also one final name, and it is Drainage. And if you recall, back during MW 2019, this was actually a gunfight map that we got way after the game's 1-year cycle. I can't remember if it was just before Vanguard dropped that we got this, or if it was during Cold War's era that we got this, but one day Drainage was randomly added to the gunfight map pool, and then I think it was also removed from the map pool randomly as well. It was a really weird situation, and it definitely seemed like it was content that was probably planned for MW2 that ultimately made its way somehow into MW 2019, similar to the RAL, which kind of just randomly dropped, and clearly it's the same gun that we had, you know, in both games. So that's one map that was on this list that is meant for gunfight. And obviously those other ones, they do reuse assets a lot between the Warzone locations and multiplayer locations. Obviously you can spot a ton of them already on Al Mazrah. There's also been the ones rumored for the Los Alamos map as well. So those could be turned into, again, either 6v6 maps and taken from the Warzone map and cut down into that, or potentially gunfight maps as well, because there was a different leak from a Twitter account called the Ghost of MW2. I'm not as familiar with this person, so obviously take all this with a grain of salt, but this is not someone who I've personally, you know, seen leaks from in the past that have come to fruition. But they also apparently leaked a bunch of gunfight maps quite some time ago, and on the list was in fact Drainage. So this could be a map that we actually had very briefly in MW 2019 that could be being reused for MW2 gunfight here. But then alongside that, there are also various other maps: Ruins, Utopia, Docks, the Mall, Cargo, Gulag Showers, curiously enough, is there as well, Convoy, Castle shows up yet again, and then Runways. So most of those names, they're pretty self-explanatory. You can obviously line up some of those names with Warzone locations as well, like the Mall, the Docks, so on and so forth, Cargo as well. Similar locations to what we have on Al Mazrah already. So those could be some alternative maps, but the main sort of connection there is the fact that Drainage is showing up in multiple different leaks now for potentially a new map, likely a gunfight map, since it shares the same name as that MW 2019 map, hopefully indicating gunfight is finally going to happen here in season 2. All that being said, though, that is effectively going to wrap things up for this one. Those are the new content leaks alongside the new free rewards revealed as well for MW2 and Warzone 2. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you're new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. That way you can always guarantee you're up to date between MW2, Warzone 2, and DMZ. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code IMMORTAL for a discount on all Scuff, G Fuel, Gamer Advantage, and Control Freak products. The links for all those can be found down below. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.